You know, we talk all day, every day. But what if I told you that we're all constantly using a kind of secret code? A code that's hidden in plain sight where we say one thing, but we mean something else entirely. Well, today, we're going to crack that code. It all starts with a phrase you've probably heard a million times, something like this. My colleague is an eagle-eyed editor. We get it, right? We know what it means. But let's just pause for a second and actually think about those words. I mean, does this person literally have the eyes of an eagle? Because, wow, that would be kind of terrifying, honestly. Of course not. So are we just lying? Nah, not really. And this is the puzzle, right? That little gap between what we say and what we actually mean. To figure this all out, we need to meet the whole family of this kind of language. So think of this as level 1 of our little code-breaking mission, getting to know the figurative family. So figurative language is basically a creative shortcut. It's when we say something that isn't technically literally true so that we can get it at a deeper, more powerful truth. I'm not saying my colleague has bird eyes. I'm saying she's incredibly sharp and attentive, like an eagle. See? And trust me, this is a big family. You've probably bumped into some of these guys before. You've got the simile, its close cousin, the metaphor, the super imaginative personification, and of course, the dramatic hyperbole. For now, let's just focus on the two you'll see the most. First up, we have the simile. Now, this one is the easiest to spot in the wild because it basically announces itself. It always uses the little flag words like or as. It's a comparison that's kind of holding your hand, saying, hey, just so you know, I'm not being literal here. The metaphor, on the other hand, is a bit bolder. It's more confident. It just drops the like or as and says one thing is another thing. End of story. It's like walking a tightrope without a safety net. It's direct, it's powerful, and it makes a real statement. And you can really feel the difference in power, can't you? On the left, my stomach is gurgling like a tar pit. It's a nice comparison. But look at the right. My stomach is a gurgling tar pit. Boom. That's so much more vivid. It's the same with love. Is love like a rose, or is love a rose? That directness, that's the magic of a metaphor. Okay, so that's the big picture of figurative language. But now we're going to go a little deeper down the rabbit hole. This is the next level of the code, idiomatic language. And this is where the secret messages get way more interesting. With idiomatic language, the rules change again. It's not just one word that's being creative, it's the whole group of words. The individual words pretty much lose their original meanings, and the entire phrase takes on a new, totally fixed meaning. You can't guess it, you just kind of have to know it. It's like a secret handshake. Let's use a really simple example. If I say, I have a pen in hand, the literal meaning is super obvious, right? There is a pen, and it is physically in my hand. Every word is doing its job exactly as you'd expect. But what if I say, don't worry about the project, I have the situation in hand? Well, the meaning completely flips. It has nothing to do with my physical hands at all. That group of words, in hand, now has a new coded meaning. The situation is under my control. And that brings us to my favorite part of all this, the most fascinating part of the code, idioms. These are like the crown jewels of our secret language because so many of them have these incredible hidden histories and stories baked right into them. So imagine a friend texts you this. You're probably not thinking they literally found some ancient mythical box in their backyard, right? They're using an idiom, and this one comes straight from an ancient Greek myth. So the story goes, there's this woman, Pandora, and she gets a box. But she's given one rule: never, ever open it. But, curiosity gets the best of her. She lifts the lid just a tiny bit, and bam, all the troubles of the world, sickness, sadness, everything bad fly out. A simple action with huge unforeseen consequences. And that story is exactly what the idiom means today. When you open Pandora's box, you do something that seems small, like just asking about a cat, that ends up creating a whole bunch of new and complicated problems you never saw coming. All right, here's another one you've probably heard. Again, we're not talking about a literal part of your foot. This is another idiom, and its story is one of the most famous myths of all time. So you have the great warrior Achilles, who was basically invincible. As a baby, his mom dipped him in a magical river that protected his whole body. Well, almost. She held him by his heel, and that one little spot wasn't touched by the water. It was his only vulnerability. And years later, that's exactly where he gets hit. So today, an Achilles heel is that one single critical weakness a person has, even if they're strong everywhere else. Maybe you're a brilliant mathematician, but you're terrible at public speaking. That's your Achilles heel. It's that one vulnerable spot. Okay, so we've looked at figurative language, we've decoded some idioms, but why does any of this really matter? I mean, why not just say what we mean, literally, all the time? Well, because this secret code is actually incredibly powerful. For one, it's efficient. It's way shorter to say, "I've opened Pandora's box," than to explain the whole situation. It adds style and personality, and using these phrases correctly shows you're really comfortable with the language. But maybe most importantly, like we just saw, it connects us to all these shared cultural stories. But I have to give you one really important warning. With great power comes great responsibility, right? You should only ever use an idiom if you are 100% sure you know what it means and how to use it. If you have any doubt at all, just skip it. Simple and clear is always better than using an idiom wrong. And that's really the whole idea. The language we use every single day is just packed with layers of history, myths, and human creativity. The code is all around us, all the time. So the next time you hear someone say they need to bite the bullet or that something is a piece of cake, just stop for a second and ask yourself, what hidden stories are hiding in the phrases you use every day?